that came out wrong. He could sense that from the bewildered look of Jungkook's face. I would like to take you somewhere to show you something. Will you? Can you come with me? Taehyung mentally slapped himself for stuttering. Taehyung regularly volunteered at an organization called Share the Food that caters to zero wastage of food. The parties of Seoul elite always had a lot of food left over, and the organization take the surplus after these parties and distribute it to homeless on the street. Taehyung was sitting outside the Diamond Hall at Hotel City Heart for the party celebration. The birthday of superstar Park Seo-hyuk to wind down when Mr. Jeon Ji-won spotted him. The industrialist and his wife, surrounded by their bodyguards, were exiting the venue. Taehyung was surprised that the elder of Jeon family remembered him. "Hello Taehyung, how are you?" "I'm fine, sir." "I am honored that you remember me." Mr. Jeon introduced his wife. Taehyung bowed to her and was about to step back to his corner when she put a hand on his arm. Mr. Jeon had already started moving towards the exit. Taehyung adjusted. It was a tough day for Jungkook. He had just seen his fiancée with another man. When he ran onto you, Jungkook probably vented out his pain on you, else he wouldn't have behaved like that. "I know I am making an excuse, but well, I guess that's what mothers do. Hope you forgive him." "It's okay, ma'am. I have already forgotten about it." "Please don't worry." Taehyung was genuinely touched. If only her son had half of the grace of either of his parents. Later at his home, in his bed, he was whole night remembering her words and replaying the scene of his altercation with Jungkook, and an idea came up to his mind of something that might give Jungkook closure. It sounds cool in his head when he planned it. Now sitting in front of Jungkook, he wasn't so sure. Jungkook got up with a smirk like a smile on his lips. He beckoned Taehyung to follow him to the floor-length mirror on the wall. Taehyung stood in front of Jungkook, behind him, slightly to the right of Taehyung. The two men stared at their reflection until Jungkook spoke. "What can you see, Mr. Kim?" "Just the two of us," Taehyung thought, but he knew that was not the answer Jungkook wanted, so he chose to stay silent. "Can you see the difference, the distance between the two of us?" Jungkook elaborately emphasized each word. Taehyung let out a deep breath as he realized what Jungkook was implying. His nervousness was replaced by irritation. He turned around and faced Jungkook with a calm tone that makes his loud thumping hurt. He said, "Mr. Jian, I'm not asking you on a date. I want you to show something. I am asking a simple question. Will you come with me? Just say yes or no. One word answer would do." Jungkook stood rooted to the ground as he stared at the face of the man in front of him. They had a mole on his tip of nose, lip, cheek, and under his eyes. Jungkook hadn't noticed it the other day. He wasn't sure why he was staring at it, but Jungkook knew that he was. So Taehyung asked, raising an eyebrow. Jungkook looked up, raking his brain to find a sogged remark to insult Taehyung, but only one word came out of his mouth: yes. Thank you, Mr. John. I will call your assistant and fix a time when you are free. Taehyung forced to tear his eyes away from Jungkook and moved towards his seat. Give me your phone. Jungkook stretched his hand. He typed a number and gave a call. Taehyung could hear a phone ringing on the ivory table. I have dialed my number. You can call me directly and I am free tomorrow afternoon. Call me when you reach here. 1 o'clock sharp. Jungkook could imagine Young's face when he told him to postpone the meeting with the Japanese client scheduled for tomorrow afternoon. Don't share my number with anyone. It's my private number, and Mr. Kim, it's better to worth my time. Flashback when Jungkook saw Tae in Young's office. Jungkook had been fidgeting with looking at his phone for the last half an hour when he saw Taehyung outside Jungkook's office. The previous day he was sure the guy had come to ask for more money. If there was one thing Jungkook declared detested more than people who took advantage of his wealth, were those who did that and then acted upright in front of others. He was also furious when Yoongi told him what had transpired at the meeting. After he left, the audacity of the guy to push his father to apologize. Jungkook was looking forward to cruelly snatch any favor that Taehyung might ask, as he told Yogi to call him back, but he didn't expect Taehyung to ask what he did. Jungkook felt a light flash in his brain. Thankfully, Jungkook quickly composed himself, searching his lost mind for a voice-free answer. Although Jungkook frozen when Taehyung turned and stared at him back, and then yes, Jungkook muttered. Jungkook murmured again as if to convince himself he was just curious what was Taehyung had up to in his sleep. That's why he agreed to go. Curiosity, nothing else, nothing more. End of the flashback, and today, whenever Taehyung was going to take him, wherever Taehyung was going to show him, Jungkook was not going to give him the pleasure to feel happy about it. He will make sure of that. Jungkook felt a strange satisfaction imagining Taehyung look ashamed. He was smirking at the thought when his phone rang. It was Taehyung's call. Jungkook walked out of his office. Taehyung looked in awe at Jungkook walking towards him, surrounded by bodyguards. He looked majestic, walking through the wide hallway in a royal blue suit. The man was breathtakingly handsome, but it was not just the looks that made his head turn. It was also the way Jungkook carried himself, like he owns the entire place, which he literally did in the part of the world. Taehyung thought, standing in the distressed jeans, pink baggy t-shirt, a black glass, and a cross bag across his shoulder. Taehyung and Jungkook couldn't look more fitting for an image of polar opposites. Let's go, Mr. Kim. Taehyung, please call me Taehyung. Okay, Taehyung, Hobby will travel with us, while the other will follow in 2 cars behind us. Jungkook swept his hand around across his bodyguards. They all are coming, Taehyung stuttered. My head of security is already upset that he doesn't know beforehand where we are going. He will if I don't take them along, so can we? Jungkook gestured towards the black Bentley parked in front of them. Two black cars with Titan window stood behind the Bentley. His bodyguards ran and opened the door for the car for their boss. The car has encouraged Taehyung was already having second thoughts. Sir, where to? The driver asked politely. Taehyung said the name of the place. Hobie gasped in horror and front seat. What? Where? Why? Questions poured on out of Hobie's mouth. The driver looked too stunned. He kept eyeing nervously between the three passengers in the car. Are you serious? Hobie waited as if Taehyung would not tell him that it was a joke and they are particularly actually going to the place. Taehyung nodded. Hobie turned to his boss. Sir, I don't think you should go. It is not a place fit for you to go and not safe. You can't go there. Taehyung could feel the anger rising from inside. He asked suddenly, why? Why not? Taehyung turned to Jungkook, who was looking hesitant, and continued. Those who live there are also people like you and me. The only difference is that they are poor and you are rich, but that doesn't give you the right to look down on them. Criminals, traffickers, trade, and you name it all. There, Hobie was trying to make his case. Yes, I agree. There are problems. It is inevitable with the level of poverty, but most of them are just ordinary people trying to survive each day. Taehyung paused and looked at Hobie before continuing. And if it makes you feel better, I know the place very well. I have been working with the people there for the last 4 years. I will make sure your boss is safe. Taehyung then turned to Jungkook hopefully. Jungkook nodded and gestured the driver to start the car. Jungkook had no idea what he was getting himself into, but since he was already in the car, Jungkook might as well go and see what this guy wanted to show him. Curiosity, that's all. Hobie started. He stared incredulously before taking out his phone and notified the chief security officer. Hobie had heard the junior Jian had been adventurous when Hobie was with his father, Mr. Jian, but since the 2 years Hobie started working as a part of Jungkook's security detail, he never faced any problem. His boss was very judicious when it came to his and his family's safety. Until today, he has to walk. Hobie's jaw almost hit the ground when the car stopped by the main road. Hobie wished he had listened to his wife and took the day off. Of course, walk. Car can't go inside these alleys. Taehyung rolled his eyes, pointing out the obvious. Sir, this is not safe. It's just 5 minute walk. He will be safe. Taehyung retreated. Taehyung watched Jungkook and his bodyguard move to the side of the road in the intense discussion on what to do. Finally, Taehyung came to him and said, they will not let me go inside alone. We can walk in front. They will shadow without anyone noticing. Four huge men in dark suit glasses were going to blend in with the scenes here. Yeah, right, Taehyung said. There is no other option, Mr. Kim. We can either let them follow us or I can go back. My each second cost more money than you can imagine, and I have already wasted a lot of time on God knows whatever you are doing. Jungkook's tone was brutal. Follow me then, Taehyung said. This place was nothing like Jungkook had ever imagined. Men and women sat outside their house of tin sacks, staring at them as they passed by, uncertain and despair written all over their faces. Chickens, dogs, and rats roamed around in the alleys, and trash heaps filled the path. There was hardly any space to even walk, and unpleasant smell lingering in the air. Jungkook felt like throwing up as the smell hit his senses. The 5-minute stretch felt like longest walk to Jungkook's life. Taehyung seems to be very familiar with the place and waved at the children and stopped to greet some elders. He efficiently navigated the way until they stopped in front of a tiny tin room. They knocked on the door. So everyone, what do you think? Where Taehyung had bring Jungkook and what will Jungkook will see here? We will figure this out in the next episode. Till then, take care of yourself. Bye bye. Okay, so next episode is going to release tomorrow at 9 p.m. I hope you will love it. Bye.